Let's do it.
I mean, look at that. Look at that. Another one. It's another one. 167 episodes. No, I love it. I love it. How you feeling, man?
I feel old. No. Excited. Exciting. Glad to be back. Glad to do this. This is the first of many exciting weeks ahead. This fall season is going to be great for movies. The Oscar season is heating up to get into October, September. But TV as well. There's a lot of great TV, whether it's comic book movies or just some HBO shows, Apple shows. The Vince Gilligan show coming out in November is super exciting. Creator of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, that's a sci-fi one, isn't it?
Sci-fi with Rhea Seehorn. So excited for that. The HBO show with Mark Ruffalo coming out in September as well, called Task. Very exciting. But we are here today to talk about Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1, Alien Earth Season 1, Episode 3, right? 3.
Are you sure?
I am sure. Never doubt the go.
Okay.
But yeah, busy. I'm exhausted today. So if I'm, stuttering more than usual, if I'm tired, I had work. I immediately had to drive over to close the deal to buy my first home. Very exciting. Drive back home to my apartment, eat some waffles, my post-work waffles, and then go see Nobody 2 with Bob Odenkirk, which was very fun. Went to eat at this mall, and now I'm back. It's been a long night, long day, and I'm here to talk TV, movies, and rumors. Do you want to start with Spider-Man or end it with Spider-Man? What do you want to do?
We can start. On Marvel if you like. I have like an encompassing Marvel rumor stuff.
Okay, let's do the official stuff first. So the only official one is Tramell Tillman from Severance Season 1, Severance Season 2, and the entire Severance show. Tramell Tillman is joining Spider-Man Brand New Day. Fascinating. I have no idea who he's playing. I'm imagining it's just an original character. I don't think this is Norman Osborn, guys.
Somebody tweeted it was like all this speculation of who he could be playing just for him to be like the faculty staff member to deny him a job as a teacher.
Yeah. Like I can easily see him being the principal at the college that Peter's in. That simple.
I'd be down for that. Or like he could be an instructor, whatever it may be.
Which would be good if he's a principal or an instructor. That gives him 3 movies because it's the college arc for Peter. So it's like automatic 3 movies for Tramell Tillman. He's one of my favorite actors working today. Great character actor. He's great in Severance. He's on his way to maybe winning an Emmy for his role in Severance Season 2. Had one of the best scenes of the year in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. You must be out of your mind.
I'm trying to remember. Did he pop up in Top Gun Maverick? I can't remember if I saw him pop up.
No,
on my rewatch.
Not Top Gun Maverick. No.
But
he's great. He's a great actor. He's definitely a benefit to this cast, which is getting quite robust and quite fascinating. So that's the official news. Again, I think me and you are on board with saying probably an original character. Probably. But yeah, what's next?
Well, we're talking Marvel. It's just I don't have a Marvel banner, but I have a Spider-Man, so I'll toss that up.
That's the only Marvel news we got today. So yeah, and then now we have the rumor mill. The first one that I was aware of was the Yelena Belova rumor. Is that on your list?
No, but that is an important thing to discuss. So this is from
Daniel RPK.
Yeah, who's arguably like the most reliable scooper that most people hear word from. So
for Marvel, at least, his Star Wars stuff is
not
great.
I don't know about that track record, but hey, Evan, wow, that's very interesting casting involvement, and has me throw egg on your face that they won't discuss the Void in this movie.
It's not happening.
It can even more so happen now if this is true.
Even less so. Hey, Peter, remember the void is not a casual conversation thing. Not happening.
We can bond over trauma. This is the trauma arc of the phase.
I didn't. This one is quite an interesting rumor. I will take it with a grain of salt. If it is true, I would say instantly, like just post credit. In my opinion, I don't see her fitting naturally into the context of the movie itself. But
somebody
yeah.
Somebody suggested an idea that maybe he's wherever Peter is in the story, he's getting overwhelmed by a lot of the conflict, and he does like go to seek help from the Avengers, only to find it's the new Avengers, and it's just Yelena here in the tower, and it's like, oh wait, where's everybody? What's happening?
It seems like a gag though, or would that be like an authentic scene?
It depends how it plays, because there's been times in the comics where, Spider-Man has been overwhelmed with his conflicts, and it's like, can I get a hand, please? And Avengers like, we're out of town. Like, that's the Insomniac game did that. It was like, where are they?
Like, hey, we're the Avengers. Like, hey, we're the new Avengers. Like, you guys aren't the Avengers. And then like,
we're on the West Coast. Sorry.
Yeah, right. So that'd be a funny scene. Yelena isn't like, I guess she's a mature character for sure. But Yelena giving advice to Peter. Is that her vibe?
I think after Thunderbolts it is.
After Thunderbolts, I could see that. I could see that kind of in her character. Because I just see her, like, granted, she was in a different stage of her arc, but like when Kate was overwhelmed in Hawkeye, Yelena wasn't there much for advice at all. And even in Thunderbolts, she had a lot of shit to deal with herself. She was the one who needed to pick me up. So I would love to see her talk to Peter, but yeah, I think I'm instantly thinking of like new Avengers, post-credit scenes, stuff like that, saying like, "Hey, want to join our Avengers?" And Captain America's like, "No, he's joining my team." It's like a tug of war.
True,
that'd be funny.
But
yeah,
so, I think it would be interesting. I mean, there's a number of characters in this movie now, isn't there?
So many. It's like if Yelena Belova is really going to be in this, it's like Yelena Belova. You have Punisher, Hulk, Scorpion. Spider-Man probably teaming up with Punisher, Hulk, possibly Spider-Gwen. Meanwhile, Daredevil just has some random cops. I don't think Spider-Gwen would be in this movie. I think
so.
They're saving that for the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man season 2.
I heard there is like one more big other character that's involved that hasn't been said yet, and I'm just like, it must be Daredevil. Because if Frank's here, why not Matt? But
that would be the only one that wouldn't piss me off. Like it's like, give me
so deep now. It's like, what's happening? We got a monkey's paw situation where we were like, please don't multiverse us, give us a street level. It's like, I'll give you street level with everyone.
All the street level people. It's like, God damn it, we're so close.
No, I'm sure it'll be fine though. I think it'll be interesting. There was also
and that's not including like the rumors we talked about last week where you were mentioning like not Silver Sable, but like something like an older woman villain. Who did you mention?
I mentioned Silver Samurai and Viper.
Silver Samurai, Viper. Yeah, those two, which could or could not be true. So, yeah, there's a lot of potential antagonists in here as well. So, yeah, what else? What other rumors do you have on your list there? Is this getting into the Alex Perez stuff now?
Yeah, via the Cosmic Circuit. I believe that's the credit. He had his Q&A where people I really like these forms of questioning because it's like people are asking questions, but they're not like going into like, hey, spoiled the biggest stuff ever, and even if they kind of teeter on that, he doesn't answer in no spoilery fashion. It's very like nice, just kind of like some plot element. So somebody had asked what Franklin Richards' role would be going forward post Secret Wars. Post Secret Wars. And he just said, yeah, they're going to have him join the Fantastic Four family in New Adventures, he imagines. So even he's like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, nobody really knows this guy. I don't think Vin Feige knows this one. But yeah, I mean, that makes the most sense. I don't expect him. How old is he in the post-credit scene? Did they tell us? Was it 4 years?
Yeah, he's roughly like a little over 4. It was 4 years later, and he's still a baby, newborn, so roughly 4.
Yeah, 4 after Secret Wars, he'll be 6, 7, 8. So
how long is Secret Wars? Are we gonna have another 5 years later situation?
Well, it's confusing, right? I'm just thinking of release date wise, like
like the age of the kid.
Next time we see Fantastic Four, it would probably be at least 2028, or at earliest 2028. So
I did hear
that's 4 years from now.
I did hear a word that the principal photography for Doomsday is finished, but the actors are still on tab for reshoot stuff because the script is still in
I
development.
think we would have heard principal photography for Doomsday.
I'm saying it nicely. I'm just saying like they've said the actors finished filming is what the rumor said.
Wouldn't
I
that
don't
be?
know.
I feel like they would announce like principal photography has finished for Doomsday. That's the. I don't think.
Oh, I don't know if they would if they're also keeping the tab open for reshoot changes if they're still tweaking stuff.
Reshoot always happens, but I feel like principal photography we're far away from that. I think November, October.
I mean, word of mouth in regards to shooting has not been the best publicly presently, so
yeah,
maybe they have a finger on the pulse with that.
But I remember even like the Russos, they tweeted out, it was like, we just finished filming Avengers Infinity War or Endgame. It's like time for the editing stages. Like, granted, that was a much smoother production, but
yeah, that was like one of the biggest tee-ups in film history, especially with it being filmed back to back. Like that wasn't really like that's not even a common thing presently, let alone even at the time, unless you're like Back to the Future, Matrix.
True.
With the Fantastic Four presumably coming to the MCU and losing the retro-futuristic 60s alternative universe in the sequel, what direction do you think they will take to make the film feel unique? And he says, probably showcase them adapting to their new world and environment.
I didn't even think about that. That is a big bummer that we're going to lose the aesthetic that was so like, it made the movie feel so unique and so like natural. And I love the setting, and I love how the characters, the civilians, how they interacted with the Fantastic Four. And remember, Feige did mention that like we'll be seeing that universe again in Doomsday / Secret Wars, so we'll go back to it. But
I would honestly love to see like if they are like staying in the mainstay of the Marvel. Well, granted, I know we're gonna like soft reboot post Secret Wars, so it would probably be like we've always existed together. But if they could have that 60s futuristic element like be built within the interior of their Baxter building, or maybe even like crazy exterior stuff that Reed adds onto it, and it's just kind of like not an eyesore, but like a very standout piece in the New York skyline.
Yes, for sure. I get that. I kind of would like it that they would retain the memories, though. I don't want it to be like, hey, we've always lived here. Like I want them to have like, even though I get it, like the man at a time, basically it would have turned into like the family out of time thing would feel redundant. That happens a lot in Marvel, but I would kind of like it for the entire family to be like, this universe is way weirder than ours. I get it though, that we are getting a soft reboot, but it's like, I don't want them to forget or like.
I would love
the other Avengers.
I would love to honestly do what they did. I think it was post Crisis or one of the CW big crossover universe changes. I think it was Crisis, where like I was even watching a clip, which is like every hero that was involved in that retains the memories of the past life, but they now have like the like smooth out history of existence that they went through. So like it's a new history, new world, new timeline, but they remember everything that they've experienced from the previous phases.
That would work. That's a perfect way to do it.
Yeah. With Shalla now introduced, does Marvel have any plans for Norrin Rad Silver Surfer in the MCU? And he says quite possibly. What's next for Galactus and Shalla? Alex says reset, so it's probably going to be like they're just going to be reincorporated into like the main timeline.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, it's like I don't know. They'll be back. Whatever. Yeah. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I'm glad. And yeah, even though I had criticisms with how they were used in the movie, it was a weird complaint because I'm like, even though the villains weren't the most like in-depth characters, they were done right. I mean, that is Galactus done right. That is Shalla done right. Even though I don't feel like they had like the most effect in the movie, I like those characters. I can't wait to see them again in a different circumstance. Galactus is like such a pivotal antagonist. Like, what can you do with them next time? Another black hole? So
take a bite out of the planet.
Right.
Then he gets into like specifically stuff with like Hulk and Spider-Man Brand New Day, and this was I think the most intriguing stuff that he laid out. Person asked, is there any chance of the Hulk having another encounter with Ross and the leader who are currently confined to the raft? And he says, not based on what I've heard. That's unfortunate, but I
Unfortunate.
unfortunate like not to have Hulk interact with Hulk characters.
In a Spider-Man movie, no, it's not.
No, I think he's talking like this is just in general like Hulk moving forward in the
Oh, moving forward.
stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no time anymore. We're getting into the multiverse stuff. You can't stop by to say
Maybe,
hi, Ross. Hi, Betty.
maybe they're gonna go like the traditional Hulk stuff that we like are been clamoring for post reset, so we can like get those intriguing stories again, which I wouldn't mind.
It's interesting. It's like, but Nathan, to be honest, Mark Ruffalo is not getting any younger.
He's not, but also the mocap allows you to not care about the age.
True. To stay in the Hulk form for a long time. Good point.
God damn, he's so good in the first two Avengers. I think he's good all around, but like those, just his characterization in those are really good.
People forget. People like to shit on the first Avengers these days, but he is excellent in the first Avengers.
He is. He's probably that first like, was, the biggest standout to me, other than
I agree.
Tony chewing the scenes.
Yeah, Tony's of course going to be Tony, but like Hulk's scene with Scarlet Black Widow is just always so good. Could just what do you see? Like I could kill you with a flick of my finger. Something
that's Age of Ultron with a
Age of Ultron. Oh yeah.
Choke the life out of you and never change a shade.
Steven Spielberg really killed that line. That was great.
Yeah, he directed X-Men. Evan.
Oh, got to.
Okay. George Lucas made these pictures.
Yes. People watching this like be super confused. Like what?
That's our Mr. Sunday Movies bit.
It really is.
All right. I hope. Okay. Now that Mark Ruffalo is confirmed to play Hulk Bruce Banner, do you think Spider-Man Brand New Day could set up a Hulk movie? He says it'll set his role up for Avengers Doomsday, not for another Hulk movie.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, sounds about right. It's like the Hulk movie. Isn't Mark Ruffalo the main one always saying like the Hulk rights are kind of impossible for a solo movie?
Yeah, stuff is weird with Universal. They don't like. I guess like they are the backers, but they don't want to do it for whatever reason. Which I figure you would strike like a Sony deal of like, let's co-do this. Like,
it's so weird, but yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Just like Love and Thunder for Hulk kind of teed in Hulk's arc in Infinity War, given like how the Hulk and Bruce were battling in not Love and Thunder, Ragnarok, and how that transitioned into Hulk's arc in the Avengers movies. It makes sense here that whatever Hulk's arc is here in Brand New Day will factor into where we see him in Doomsday. It is curious. I don't know what. I'm still the belief that I don't really want to see Hulk in Brand New Day, but I trust Destin to write him effectively. And I'm curious to see. Are we just going to get like Savage Hulk? Because, yeah. But I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm trepidatious. Hopefully optimistic.
Can you give us some teasing about what you've heard about Bruce Banner / Hulk's future, like his role in Brand New Day, Doomsday, or the Secret Wars / rumored World War Hulk movie? And he says, I love this. If this is true, Banner is at his wit's end with the events of She-Hulk and Brave New World. He realizes now that his worst fear has become real. People can become the Hulk, and it really puts a stress on his behavior. That's the starting point for him on Brand New Day.
People can become the Hulk.
Like that power is more available now, which is something he's actually, in a sense. I mean, Jennifer got infected by his blood in a car accident, which is a freak accident, granted, but it's like that's another Hulk out there. And the fact that Ross was able to, even if he didn't intend to,
I see
he becomes a Hulk as well because Stern was able to harness that. Like the genie's out of the bottle, effectively.
That makes sense because I was like, he was kind of having fun with Jennifer and She-Hulk. I didn't see any stress there, but like compounding the president nearly killing Captain America, that's a bad image. So that makes a lot of sense as like the world's leading expert on everything Hulk. So
I think like taking the chance of like, or what's a good thing to start putting Bruce back into a more serious story. I think this is like one of the best angles you can kick off with.
But that does sound good for like a Hulk. But how does that mesh any way at all to what Peter's going through in his Spider-Man movie?
I mean, granted that specifically, not, but I think that's just like this is where Bruce is, and whatever circumstances happen in Spider-Man are going to have them cross paths, and it will inform his character in it.
Okay, yeah. Because even just hearing that, I'm like, then that'd be pretty tragic if it's like, oh, he's savage again. It's only gonna compound on his what he's saying here, his stress.
Well, I think like that could be like the teetering point. Like he's already like on edge,
okay.
and then whatever circumstance gets thrown his way through Spidey's story could I don't know what it would be, but will more easily push him towards that uncontrollable side.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, they brought up in discussion of Ironheart and Mephisto. Evan, we have to. I need a resolution.
Why do you have it in your own fucking show? It's baffling to me.
Evan, this would have been fine if they didn't like just waste putting it out.
No,
maybe if it was successful.
If this show came out 2022, I would have the same complaint. Why is your finale ass?
Whoa.
They didn't finish the show. It has no conclusion.
It's a cliffhanger for the next season that,
never will happen.
Don't shows get made with the intent of like, we want to make more?
Yeah. Before streaming.
Okay, well, this was made like years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. Where's Miss Marvel season 2? That was made years ago. This
was made in, where Marvel's first 3 shows were massive hits.
Yeah.
Anyway, the person asked, since Ironheart ended on a cliffhanger with Riri making the deal with the devil, how exactly will this affect her role in future MCU appearances like Champions?
Affect her in Champions, right?
Yeah. He says, I can't comment aside from, quote, never make deals with the devil. It's a very vague answer, but I imagine that just means like, we'll get some sort of
he doesn't know
follow-up.
It means he doesn't know.
It doesn't mean he doesn't know.
It means he doesn't know.
He's want to get doxxed. There's been instances where like some things would be like, if I say what my source told me, like it will be very clearly like they're the only person that knows that, and they'll get in trouble.
True, but I mean, I think we talked about this. This will inform her arc in Champions, less so Doomsday / Secret Wars. More so, they'll focus this on Champions. Maybe the first couple episodes before they come together is Kate. I'm forgetting all the champions. Kate,
Kamala.
Yeah, they're gonna. Oh god. They're going to help out.
What is your issue? We liked Agatha, damn it.
I liked Agatha. He's like, Billy and Agatha? I liked Agatha.
I like it all.
But what was I going to say? But yeah, it's like, I could see them helping her out for her, like, the first half of the season being, like, the Ironheart retrieval arc. Like every anime had like their classic retrieval arc where their best friend turns bad and you got to bring them back to the light, kind of thing. I can see Kate and them in wanting to form the Champions, realizing who Ironheart is, a good person, and bringing her back to the light. And along the way, they'll discover like the main antagonist of the season, whether that is I forget who the main villain was for Champions, the first arc of Champions, because that was a very fun comic run. I think it might have been some kind of version of. No, it wasn't Kang.
Kang was on the team, wasn't
he? Kang was an Avengers. No, they had like a Lady Vision's daughter was part of the Champions.
There was some young Avenger team where young Kang was Iron Man.
Yes. That was earlier, but yeah, Champions started off with just Miles, Sam Ryder, right? Sam is the kid version, right?
Of Nova, yeah.
Yeah, it was Miles, Sam, and what's it called? Miss Marvel. And then they brought on Vision, and then it was somebody else. And that Champions run is just so much fun. I love that comic. Every month I would like can't wait to read it. But yeah, so I really hope the series does well, because this could be like a live action Teen Titans if done well. So we'll see.
But yeah, in regards to like following up on Riri and Mephisto, Riri has a magical friend in her series, and then Billy also being on the team. Like, we're probably going to find some magic solution to cut Riri's ties.
Oh, I just realized. Yeah, Mephisto is the main Champions villain. No, not Mephisto. Ramos, Anthony Ramos.
Hood.
Hood. He's your champion's villain. If he gets stronger, he's kind of weak right now, right? Like he can't do shit.
Yeah, his hood got taken, didn't it?
Yeah. So if he gets stronger, he can be a very compelling.
Riri is now the
villain.
hood, and she's the villain.
That'd be kind of dope too.
Like I'm just throwing stuff out, and you're just like, okay.
They fight, and then they're cool. Like Mr. Sunday movies, they fight, and then they're mates.
Yeah. Like
so exactly.
Is that every every Avengers movie has that?
Yeah.
That's wow. All right.
Well, Infinity War, they didn't really fight that much, did they?
The Guardians fought Tony and
Guardians. Yeah. You got me there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know about Endgame. Endgame was just like, we're sad.
Yeah.
Two-parter. In animation, any idea on who's voicing Gwen in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2? No.
That's a great question. I mean, voice actresses are, I was gonna say a dime a dozen, but like there's tons of potential. It's impossible to guess. I can't think of like one particular. What, Laura Bailey can voice Spider-Gwen? That'd be amazing.
Okay.
Not gonna happen. Ashley Johnson. She would do a good Gwen, I think. But Ashley Johnson is so just like recognizable.
Ellie.
Yeah. They get Troy Baker to do it. I'm Gwen. I
couldn't think of a Gwen catchphrase. I don't think she has one.
Gwen doesn't have one. I don't think she does. It's been a minute since I've read her comic, but yeah. And I'm still so excited to see Gwen in the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I remember I went through like a roller coaster of emotions because seeing Gwen in the show, I was like, "Yay, they got Gwen!" And then the next press release was like, "And Spider-Gwen in the show." I'm like, "Oh wait, I was like, I'm cool with Gwen. Just getting Spider-Gwen in season 2 is kind of like, wow, we're going too fast."
Very quick, but I think I brought you back around with like my theory of what if like Peter and Norman have a falling out and then she gets replaced by her because like I presume it's a web bomb, but it kind of looks like a pumpkin bomb early stage from Norman's tech. So that would be an interesting like because the fact you could go like so alternate storytelling with these, which is exciting.
Do we think Spider-Gwen is going to come from another dimension into Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, or is she like this Gwen is already in this universe?
I don't think so. I think in the sense with this, they're able to do any of the Spider-Man zeitgeist. That's why we have Norman and Harry right from the jump.
Yeah. So you think this Gwen is already just like in this universe and becomes Spider-Gwen in this universe?
I do, yeah.
Okay, that'd be cool too. I wouldn't mind. Yeah. I can't wait. That show is so exciting to me. Anyways.
Oh yeah. This is coming up. This show's coming up at the end of next month. Marvel Zombies.
Yes.
Marvel Zombies will seemingly continue the plot of the original episode years later. Eric Brooks became the Fist of Khonshu. Death Dealer is alive, and presumably Kamala grew up in a zombie apocalypse. Could you tease any more of these alternate characters they've kept under wraps? If not, who are you most excited to see? And he says, Evan, you're gonna like this. The dynamic between Kate and Yelena.
Oh, Kate and Yelena. That's why are they only giving this to us in animation? I'll take it.
That makes that, you only get this. It's this in Shang-Chi. You only get in the animation side.
And I forget, is Marvel Zombies only 4 episodes?
Yeah, it's a four-part miniseries.
4-part miniseries. Are they all done the same day? Like Eyes of Wakanda?
Probably. I still need to watch that.
Me too. Yeah.
I heard good stuff. Speaking of which, Eyes of Wakanda just released. Does Marvel have any future plans for our new original character, Iron Fist, which we knew appears?
Yep.
Was curious why they introduced a completely original character. I guess it's an original Iron Fist taking the mantle.
Because they could, right? It takes place in the past.
I guess so. Rather than using one of the many past established Iron Fists, and they say, not that I'm aware of. She-Hulk. Hey Alex, I really loved She-Hulk and was curious if you've heard anything of how the studio / Kevin feels about Jennifer Walters' character. Like, are they happy with her? I was hoping they aren't going to take it out on her character and use her less just because the show's reception. And he said,
"Wait, pause.
Okay.
What? You think Kevin's gonna say, "Yeah, I hate the character"? Kevin obviously loves the character.
No, in so many words. I think they mean like, are they going to backpedal based on, kind of like what Lucasfilm does
all the time? Yeah.
He said, "Heard she'll be in Doomsday despite the reception of the character," and we've seen some of that concept art, which I think was more so for sequels. So I think she has big involvement in this.
Where she's like one of the like alternate universe versions of She-Hulk, or
No, I think it's them. It's just they're in. I think it's like the Battle World situation. There's like a Hulk land. Was it because
oh,
they
you're
were
right. Yeah, yeah.
New Hulk?
Her and Mark Ruffalo as their Hulk versions were.
Yeah. And his son.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
He'll never be in the MCU.
Swinging back around though with Spider-Man, Tom Holland, and Brand New Day. Is the symbiote left by Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock on Tom Holland's Spider-Man's Earth going to have any importance in the overall plot of Brand New Day? Not talking about just appearing in a post-credit scene as a tease for the future. He says, on the advice of counsel, I invoke my Fifth Amendment privilege, is what he said.
Feige's dropping that ball. He's not picking it up. It's
I don't know, man. Whenever I hear someone say something like that, it makes me sound like it is a part of it, but I can't physically say yes.
It's not happening. People forget it already.
They don't. I constantly see it in rotation. People keep asking things.
Hey guys, remember that one little small scene at the end of Venom 2, or and like
it was at the end of No Way Home. It was in the post.
No Way Home. True,
but that's just like which made almost $2 billion in the pandemic.
True. But it feels so irrelevant and so stupid.
I am with you. I don't want it to be followed up. Like I've said it, I'm a broken record at this point. We're about to do Secret Wars. That's where he gets it in the comics. I want him to get it in that storyline, and then we can go into Spider-Man 5 to do it.
That seems like a pure Feige. Yes, he will do that. Like, I'll be shocked if that doesn't happen at all.
Yeah. It's such a perfect tee up too, because it'll be post reset. Fantastic Four will be there. Maybe they already have an established friendship. You can go visit. There's your Marvel character tie-in, all that. Yeah. Okay. Since you said Brand New Day is going to have a big The Animated Series vibe, does that mean just in tone or how the characters were portrayed? Like J. Jonah and Spider-Man doing more insults to villains. And he says, in tone mostly, it really is like a comic book brought to life. Sounds exciting to me. It makes me think of like the vibe of Superman that we got this year.
Yeah, I saw that a lot too. That quote of like it's like a comic book, like a comic book brought to life. Because I heard like there's like a montage of him facing off against some villains in the beginning of the movie as well.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
So he asks, what do you think / no Scorpion is going to look like? Insomniac's metallic armor look, classic design, or a bit of both? And he says a mix of both, closer to what we saw in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is kind of similar to Insomniac's as well. Basically, they're just going for the armor Scorpion look. Yeah. I know Draven says, I know people are speculating the Scorpion is going to have the symbiote, but I don't know. No.
I don't really have an opinion.
I wouldn't mind that though.
Well, yeah, Matt Gargan he was Venom for a time in the comics, and I don't have an opinion on that because I never really like read that storylines. I just know I really don't like his look of Venom because it is Venom, but then he has like pupils in the middle of like the white triangles, and I'm like, I don't like this look. Right now, I don't know what they would do, but I just like I really just want to get like a good Peter and Eddie dynamic in live action.
Sorry, say it again.
I just really want a Peter and Eddie dynamic in live action with Tom Holland. I really want to see that come to fruition. And I think we'll get that post reset. Like put him in the Daily Bugle. Eddie's a photographer too. Mix it all together.
I would love that. Bring in Eddie, bring in Norman. Like that's what we all want. But
yeah.
Post reset, that can still be Tom Hardy. Is he coming back? But,
yeah. This was an interesting headline going around from this question. They asked, how long do you think Tom Holland is going to play the character, and is this his last trilogy? And Alex says, I might see this as his last trilogy, to be honest, which sounds more speculative to me from him, but a lot of people are running like, this is Tom's final trilogy, and I'm like, I don't know. I think because like even at the end of the last trilogy, he was like, I want to take a break and buy a house and chill. Yeah. And he did. We're like going to be 4 years on when he was making these every 2 years. Though
I think, go ahead.
I was doing some mental math. In from 2017 to 2021, which was that 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, 2016, 21. In like a 5 year span, he made 6 film appearances. And I imagine like he's about to do a Spider-Man movie, 2 Avengers movies, probably another Spidey after, or even if he does a full trilogy, that's another 5, and it's like that's going to be like I think equal to RDJ and Chris Evans of like the most like consistent comic book character appearance in a running franchise.
Yeah, just doing some quick math with you there. I think like Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out 2026. Being generous, Spider-Man 5 coming out 2029 at the earliest.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man 6 in 2032 at the earliest. So like then you can take another break. How old is Tom at that point? He'll be he's like my age, so he's like he'll be like 34, 30, 36, something like that. So like a 40-year-old Spider-Man is like would be pushing it. So yeah, I think by the end of this trilogy, Spider-Man 6 is when they'll probably introduce Miles. That'd probably be the way to go. Because yeah, give Tom Holland a break.
Yeah, I don't know if it's in here, but I heard a rumor that there may be an appearance of Prowler in Brand New Day as well. Whether that's in montage or creator, we'll see. But that does start to sow the seeds.
Tremel Tillman plays the Prowler.
Well, no, let's get Donald Glover back. He did come back for Spider-Verse of all things. Yeah. And that's
pretty
good. Well, yeah, many a variant, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do you think there is a chance Spider-Man can appear in the shows? He says only if Marvel and Sony can get it into an agreement. Yeah, it's always a rights issue, isn't it?
We know that, yeah.
I think it'll maybe depend on the success of the Spider-Man Noir series coming up. I know that's a whole different Spider-Man, but that's also in the live-action TV realm, so we'll see how things play.
Coming out next year at Apple or on Amazon Prime. Very excited.
Yeah. Is there anything you could tell us about Sadie Sink's role in Brand New Day? And he says, all my sources agree on is that she is an ally to Peter and not Spider-Man.
Well, whose role?
Sadie Sink.
Sadie Sink. Ally to Peter, not Spider-Man. Yeah. You know, college student. That's all we really know. Yeah. Besides that, yeah, I don't know what she could be besides like a fellow student. Again, I'm gonna go back to I like your out of left field idea of her being like that one
jackpot
character. Because again, she's not Jean Grey. They wouldn't cast her without casting the director. They already have a director, but like they wouldn't cast her before hiring the director. Anyways, it's not Jean Grey and it's not Gwen Stacy. It's not. It's not those two.
It's weird because like I think like people have also been discussing it, and it makes sense to me. Is like we have heard like every name under the sun just be like, I know we heard Florence Pugh just now. It's like, okay, cool, but like why can't we pin down who Sadie Sink is playing? Many people are thinking like, and I think maybe in the plot, like her character is going to be revealed to be somebody of significance. I think I pitched you like last session stream that we did that she may be playing an alternate version of a Harry Osborn type.
Harriet Osborn.
Right. We made this because somebody made like an interesting connection to is like there was a rumor a while back that actress from Succession.
Shiv Roy.
Yeah, that her actress was also rumored to be around, and it's like, what if she's like a Norman type alternative, and then we have Sadie as the daughter? Like maybe.
I would lose my shit if we get Shiv being the mom to like a Sadie Sink. That would be badass. I would love that. I would love the hell out of that.
Yeah, and it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility because MJ and Ned in and of themselves are kind of like alternative casting types for those characters based on their comic book counterparts. So I could see
Sarah Snook. That's her name.
That's right.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. I would love that. Continue. Yeah.
But of course, I again like I want so badly to get our boy as Norman Osborn, Coleman Domingo.
Yeah, that'd be peak.
Absolutely. Do you? Okay, this was interesting. Do you think that Toby and Andrew's stories will end after Secret Wars, or do you think there might be plans for them in the future? And he says pretty definitively, stories will end after Avengers Secret Wars. This will be the wrap up of those characters.
Yeah, but there's no way they continue past Secret. Who would want that? Don't raise your hand, Nathan. I
Can't tell me you
let
don't
them
want a
die.
TASM 3, motherfucker. I know what you are.
I wouldn't want what?
You wouldn't want an Amazing Spider-Man 3 or
I,
something.
I would when I was living in 2014.
How about living in the present day and how good Andrew Garfield is as an actor?
I'll see you in After the Hunt, Andrew. I don't need him again as Spider-Man. Let these
All right, fine.
let,
Enjoy your 2 minute spotlight universe. He runs into Shailene Woodley and it's all good. You think they would do that? Do you think they would get Shailene back for a happy ending for Andrew?
Would it be a happy ending if we never saw them on screen together?
Well, if you know she's a Mary Jane.
I don't know how I would feel about that. It's like, yeah, that would make me feel weird. It's like I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, yes, because I'm like I have no investment in that behind the scenes deleted scene relationship. It's like I wouldn't even like be like, yeah, he gets a happy ending. It's like, I guess happy for you, Andrew. Just have him live by himself. But like
Live by himself.
Andrew Garfield, Hugh Jackman, hell, he could end Deadpool at the Secret Wars. Just like end these characters.
End them. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
No.
Do it. Kill him now.
Nice. I don't know the pun for that. Okay, so yeah, I think it especially makes sense for Toby. It was like there's only so much more you can get out of that man.
There's nothing more you can do with him. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I think I can all see that for Hugh as well. We're gonna get like different. We've had like what? How many endings for Hugh?
Too much.
Only one really with Logan, but like
it feels like a lot though. Like
it's because we've seen so many like not alternate versions, I guess, but like alternate timeline continuities with Logan.
Yeah. I thought Wolverine was it. I thought Days of Future Past was it. And then I thought Logan was it. And then I thought Deadpool Wolverine was it.
Even when you see Deadpool and Wolverine and like Wolverine comes from a different world and he has like this way different past, they have a moment where Cassandra connects with his mind and they show like quick flashes of traumatic moments from the X-Men movies that we've seen Hugh in. It's like, okay, so there's some consistency of some things to, still feel connected. It's not just like Hugh, even though he's great. But yeah. I was wondering whether the symbiote has more significance than just giving Spidey the black suit and making Scorpion Venom, because you mentioned about the symbiote piece also causing an incursion. I remember that was a discussion rumor. He says the symbiote does belong to another universe, so the more time it spends on Earth 616, the more the boundaries between the universes cause friction against each other until they break. So I think it'll be like one of many a cog in the machine to cause the greater incursion of Doomsday that we're gonna run into.
Yeah, Franklin, can you clean that up, please?
Right. That was I don't think that's in here, but that's a rumor going around too. Is that Doom's goal in the movie is that he's actually aiming to fix the incursions coming, and to actually be like the heroic.
We talked about this. It's like, yeah, he wants to fix the universes so he can be on top. Like
in my own image.
Yeah, right. They fix them, but I'm in charge now. Like that's how he always does it. He's like, I'm doing it for you guys, but I'm in charge. And you're like, wait.
Which is very like villain believing they're doing right. Of just like, no, yeah, I'm gonna help in my way.
In my way.
Okay, with Brand New Day, we already know that 5 villains are in the film. It seems like Mr. Negative won't be a main one. If that is the case, because we know villains such as Scorpion, Tarantula, Boomerang, Ramrod, and Tombstone, these are like these will be in like the montage beginning.
Those are montage as hell.
Yeah. Ramrod. Or just they're just side ones. Who's the main villain of Spider-Man is fighting in this? That's what I thought too. And my other question is, are we expected to see just those 5/6 or more? And he says, for starters, Mr. Negative is not in this movie, which we've heard a lot recently.
Yeah, as soon as we saw that Scorpion was the villain, it's like, okay, you can't fit Scorpion and Mr. Negative. Those are two big villains. You can't have them. You can't have them both be like the villains.
Yeah. And he said, yeah, he also goes on to say, when I shared the article detailing a samurai-based character and an Asian-based villain, which was from the rumor of Super Samurai Empire, which was later confirmed by the Spider-Man costume department's Pinterest board, it was not intended to confirm Mr. Negative's appearance in this movie, but rather that of another character entirely. Do I know who it is? No, but I don't think they're the main villain of the film. The idea behind the multiple side villains that we're seeing reported by the multiple scoopers isn't because scoopers are confused. A good majority of those villains being reported are meant to be part of the opening montage, similar to Fantastic Four First Steps, when we would see Spider-Man take on these villains over the years since No Way Home. And we'll see how, with each passing battle, Peter would upgrade his suit, reaching the one we see in Brand New Day.
That tracks. That makes sense. And yeah, I like the montage idea, and I like Scorpion being the main villain.
Mm-hmm.
You have Nacho. Let him be the main villain.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree
cook.
with you. And I found the wording interesting of like upgrading his suits. Like obviously we saw like on the set, it's like this isn't like techie like it's been in the past trilogy. It makes me think of Amazing Spider-Man 2 when he fought Electro, his web shooter got blown out, and then Gwen helped him magnetize them to be resistant. I think he's just gonna like slowly like build resistance and like learn from these different things.
Yep, agreed.
Who are some of the villains planned to be main villains for Tom's second trilogy? And this kind of Draven had a quote where he said, "I'm holding out hope that Fisk is in this movie." Alex says, Wilson Fisk, Venom, Tombstone, Hammerhead, and Prowler are some of the names I've heard for the trilogy overall.
Say it again. Go slowly.
Wilson Fisk, Venom, Tombstone, Hammerhead, and Prowler.
What the fuck is Hammer? What's the between Tombstone and Hammerhead? Am I getting those confused?
Well, Tombstone has like what we saw. You saw his King condition and everything, and his strength builds up. Hammerhead has like
Hammerhead.
In his
got it. Okay.
And he's a mobster guy.
Yeah, Tombstone and Hammerhead can be in the same movie. With Fisk, to be honest, you could do all three of those in the same movie. And then leave Venom for like the third or second movie, whatever. Not let the devil in.
I think it would be smart to post reset. But also post Secret Wars. Let's have Peter get the black suit from there, have it in his second movie, deal with the consequences of that, and then Eddie can get it by the end of that movie, and then we could run into Venom for the third. Like let's have that build
with the whole Prowler Miles scenario as well.
Sure. Yeah.
Hell, maybe Venom kills Peter. Happy birthday, Miles.
Yeah. Evan's favorite topic of conversation with the symbiote now in the Sacred Timeline. It'll obviously attach to Spider-Man and seemingly Scorpion 2. Could we see the symbiote bond with some other heroes or villains?
Why do people want this Scorpion Venom stuff? It's not going to happen.
Well, I don't know if they want it, but like both teases that Michael Mando's posted for Scorpion has had Venom in the frame with him.
Oh.
So
remember, guys, the actors don't know that much.
Yeah, but Alex says like that's not something that's in the cards at the moment, which basically just like no other Marvel characters getting Venomized.
Yeah, I highly doubt it.
How will Brand New Day pick up on No Way Home's ending with everyone forgetting Peter Parker? Alex says everyone will care about Spider-Man. Barely anyone will care about Peter. Even Peter won't care about himself. To quote Spider-Man 2, he has nothing left except Spider-Man. But no, I do like that Peter is just like fueling like all of his energy into being Spider-Man, not really like developing himself. It's kind of like where Andrew says he was last at in No Way Home. He's like, I don't have time for Peter Parker stuff. He's too sad and he's like locking in on the distraction.
He's gonna be swinging through New York listening to 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah. Which we'll bring up in our next topic. Evan, that's it for my Marvel stuff.
Okay. Perfect transition. Yeah, let's do Peacemaker then Alien, since I brought up 30 Seconds to Mars already.
Let's do it.
Nice, love it. What a freaking fun premiere. Nathan, we're so back. We're so back.
Did we ever leave?
I don't think we did.
DC was very shaky before this year.
But, James Gunn, all the trending James Gunn anti-Jared Leto stuff had me dying last night. Because I'm a 30 Seconds to Mars fan. I love their music.
The Kill,
right? But
James is
The Kill, Attack, Hurricane, like bars. But the amount of like jokes against them this episode was fucking hilarious.
Did you see this post-credit scene?
Yeah, with Hardcore and Peacemaker on the stairwell.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah,
I saw that one. Don't try and fake it.
I was so hoping you didn't, and you were gonna think I was bullshit.
I know you went,
but I'm not.
You went to your "I'm Nathan, I'm bullshitting, but I'm not bullshitting" phase. I know who you are, bitch.
No, you don't know. You never know.
I got 167 episodes. 7 times. Wow.
Maybe twice.
But yeah, great
Evan,
episode.
The original development for this series was called Blue Harvest, which is a reference to. Have you heard that one?
20,000 times, Nathan. Glad you're catching
funny.
up. Glad you're catching up to their.
No, I really joke. I have been binging, and I'm just like, this. He loves to do this.
Yeah,
oh, man.
I remember this. That was during the COVID days. But what are we talking about, Draven?
Peacemaker, sir. That's season 1's intro.
Oh yeah, thank you. But retcons out the ass, Nathan. I mean, not a ton of retcons, but the funniest one has to be the season 1 finale. The way they retcon it in Peacemaker. Talk about it for a second. Something's in my eye real quick.
Yeah, totally. Well, first off, I did find it hilarious that film comic book Twitter is going around like, oh my god, I finally lived to see the day where film has adapted the comic book retcon of history and just going on like this was always a part of history. That is very funny. But yeah, this is interesting. Effectively, well, first off, I was tipped off because they're doing the whole recap, and then one of the characters is talking, and instead of physically saying Justice League, which would make sense, they say Justice Gang, but like the clip cuts before she says gang, and I'm like, that's okay, that's got to be new.
Yeah.
And then they show the bit where like they cut over, and I've seen like it side by side at this point, and it is fascinating to look at, just like how seamless they were able to paint out. Everybody's still silhouetted, but you know who everybody is. So like, whereas before we had in silhouette Batman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman and Flash who were there, and were only physical ones that were there to film something.
Yeah.
A joke about, Aquaman at his expense. Now it's the full Justice Gang, which has this is apparently the official full lineup of the Justice Gang: Mr. Terrific, Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, Superman, and Supergirl. Like, this is all confirmed. James Gunn physically said all these names.
That I was losing it. I was like, Supergirl? Since when? Since when? That was so surprising to me. I was like, I paused. I was like, wait a second, that's Supergirl still wearing the trench coat? But I was like,
was she? I think it was just the cape.
It looked like a trench coat around the cape because it didn't like, because usually I could see her form, but it looked like she was wearing the trench coat.
I thought I did see her. I thought she was like side profiled.
I can show you after this, unless I'm losing my mind.
I can show you right now.
It looked like the trench coat to me. But yeah, either way, it was really weird. I didn't expect her partying ass to go join the Justice Gang. I'm like, what?
Well, this is interesting because, okay, we also do know that, Clark has been Superman for 3 years by this point.
Yeah.
And we know that one of the elements for Kara in Woman of Tomorrow, which is the comic that they're developing, that one of Kara's big mental issues with herself at the moment is that she also feels overshadowed by Clark's heroism. So if they're both presently working together now, we can maybe see that as part of the storyline in next year's film.
That makes a lot of sense. I would love to see that for sure. I can't wait to read Woman of Tomorrow and to see what we're filming. I can't see. Oh,
yeah.
Why is the bottom of my screen blocking that? I can't see the comment.
Oh, that's weird. Do you just see the overlay?
I see my the bottom of my screen is like the mic, camera, share screen stuff, but I can't take it away. That's weird. It must be a glitch. Interesting. No Batman on the game.
Yeah, that's what Draven said. I don't know if he's referring to old or new clip. In regards to both of those, though, in the old clip, they apparently did have like a guy on set to film stuff for Batman, but I think that was also amidst like issues of like, is Ben doing anything anymore in this universe? And I mean, that's why they kept Superman and Wonder Woman silhouetted until they were like, we're gonna soft reboot the DCU with Flashpoint, and then we're just gonna drop it all together. In the new one, though, they still haven't casted a Batman. I'm pretty sure. Like,
why would he join the Justice Gang? I think when we get Batman, he'll be joining a Justice League. Like, I feel like he'll be the last to show up, right?
I think we're just like seeing how horrible Maxwell Lord is as a runner of this stuff. I think I fully see the future of the DCU is whatever like the overall like funding that's going to be necessary for the actual Justice League is going to come from Bruce, and he'll be like the benefit. And whether that's like we need a sponsor, Bruce Wayne has stepped in Wayne Industries to help support fighting crime across the globe. Like I think that's what's going to come.
Oh, interesting. I wouldn't mind that. And like Bruce, especially like everybody watched the classic Justice League Unlimited Justice League show. Excuse me. That's run by Bruce and Clark. I mean, in real, it's run by Superman and Batman, like, and Wonder Woman. Like those three kind of like run it with the whole Justice Tower in space. It's like it's not run by Maxwell Lord. It's run by the superheroes within the game. It's not run by some like exterior benefactor like Maxwell Lord. So we have to get to that place. I think that'll be a pretty heavy topic in the Superman Saga sequel film. Whatever that could be.
Do you think we'll get to the point where the Justice League have the home base in the space tower?
I really hope so. And that's just my childhood. Like my brother and I used to like build that tower with Legos. Like we loved that Justice Tower. Really cool. By the way, speaking of it, we're talk about that. One of James Gunn's topics or quotes from this week was that he says the Superman saga will be composed of 4 films. He says, I am thinking, what is the long-term story I'm telling here? What is the story that I'm going to tell about Superman over 4 movies? This was in discussion with Going Deeper with James Gunn. So we already know we're getting Superman, we're getting Supergirl, we're getting Superman sequel, and then probably after that, we're getting closer and closer to Justice League.
Though that is interesting because James did say like the next involvement with Superman is not necessarily a Superman solo sequel.
Exactly. Yeah. He's going to be just a major, important character in the movie. And I think, do I have the quote here?
There was something I had to share as well.
But he did say something along the lines of that. Superman is a very important character. We've always been saying that, but like every character that we know from Superman is going to return in this sequel movie.
Yes,
that makes the most sense there.
There was what was it? There was this comic. Yeah. Okay, here it is. In regards to everyone within the group of characters we've already met and Superman isn't important now. Somebody had a guess that they think it could be based on the comic story The Superman Family, which just like the cover here prominently, it won't focus, but you got Clark, Kara, Lois, Jimmy, and Crypto, who are all featured in the first film.
So you're basically saying My Adventures with Superman season 3 in live action.
Yes. I don't know if that's a comic that goes.
Is that coming out this year, by the way? My Adventures with Superman season 3.
I think maybe. Is there a trailer?
I feel like that. Not yet. Like I feel like was season 2 early last year? I feel like it's been a while.
It's been a while since I watched. I desperately need to catch up on that. Season 1 was great.
Season 2 came out in May to June 2024. So it's been over a year. Very exciting stuff for the Superman saga.
Totally.
But Peacemaker wise, I like it was a very simple retcon, didn't bother me at all. And we go into this episode. What?
They're even in like the recap. There's a new joke where Peacemaker is making fun of Green Lantern. That apparently was shot during season 1. It's a deleted scene that they reinserted back into here. I watched the podcast that James Gunn did on this episode.
Oh, you're a podcast guy, aren't you? Okay.
When necessary, I didn't watch the season 1 recap podcast because I was like, I'll just do the. I don't have time. But it is interesting to watch, and I'm definitely going to tune in all the same way. Like when we were talking Last of Us, I always liked to tune into the Craig Mazin, Neil Druckmann podcast.
Well, they'll spoil the show.
Yeah, they did spoil the game.
Remember when it was like episode 2. It's like, yeah, Ellie and Abby might not be an antagonist. She's more of an anti-hero. I'm like, why are you saying that during the episode where she kills that person? It's like, that's baffling. Like, Abby, don't tell the audience Abby is an anti-hero after what she just did. Like, come on. Anyways, yeah. So I like the James Gunn interviews at the end of this episode as well. Very good stuff. But yeah, I didn't recognize that the Green Lantern joke was universe.
But with this new like lineup of the Justice Gang, I really hope we then get to see this full like team dynamic. Like I want to see like how Kara interacts with this team, like her and Hawkgirl and Clark.
You horny ass bastard.
No, what? That's you. Your brain went there.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You not want women to interact? Do you not pass the?
Don't Uno reverse card me,
bitch! I have one. I have Uno reverse card meme, but it's just the finger. It's a one.
I mean, you're not wrong, but yeah,
I know what you are. I know what you are. I am.
Who's the boss? I am. Peak. I mean, I'm completely with you. Like, seeing Hawkgirl and this guy interacting with Kara in like, if we do get it in Women of Tomorrow, would be very fun. I doubt it, but like whatever the Superman sequel film, they haven't announced that Kara's going to be in that, but like I hope so. I would believe so. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see there. But yeah, what a crazy episode in general. Our characters, Nathan, are in the shitter. Besides homeboy Vigilante, who's living life as a cashier, working at a fast food place.
He's in the same place as last season.
Yeah, but Peacemaker trying to join the Justice Gang. We saw the clips in the trailer. Interview did not go so well. It was just hilarious because as he's entering, you see like the White Rabbit. I don't know what character that was.
Yeah, that is an actual like here on the comic. It's funny. There's a thing going around that was like, this is like the one character that James ain't touching to adapt, and it's like, oh shit.
That's hilarious. But yeah, like that whole gag with Maxwell Lord's audio just not working. Leave it to Guy to fuck up the audio.
Oh
yeah. Pretty bad. Making fun of Peacemaker's personality, the fact that he killed a lot of people. It's like I've mostly killed like for good reasons. Like what was killed for bad reasons? Yeah,
that was a really captivating one. Just like you've murdered people. It was like most of those for good reason, and which weren't. What?
Oops.
This is me every interview, by the way. Like my weaknesses. I hate that question so much, man. It's like, what do you want? You want me to go generic and be like, oh, I work too hard. I'm so focus oriented. I can't help but work well with others. Like, what do you want from me? You want me to sound like a dick? I'll do it. No, I won't. I hate it.
Nathan sounds like you're speaking from
some trauma. Looking for new jobs. My hours suck right now, man. Enough about me, my Peacemaker life.
I forgot you were still working. We get once a month, motherfucker.
So did I. So bad.
Anyways,
an hour into this pod.
That whole interview was fucking hilarious. The comedy was great this episode. But yeah, Peacemaker is not doing well. Given his last arc in season 1, he saved the world from an alien invasion. By the way, is that black alien guy? Is he gone? Did he die last season?
Yeah, he did die last season, which was a bummer for me because because I really liked what Chuck Woogie brought to the
Yeah,
role.
that's his name. He was excellent. I was like, is he alive? Is he dead? I forgot. I totally forgot what happened to him.
Give him
But
another
yeah,
role.
I agree. So yeah, he's down on his dumps. You know, he feels like he should be doing more because he feels like he should be received better for nearly saving the world. But after Adebayo went full on like revealing to the press about what Task Force X was doing, she is now down in the dumps. You know, Amanda Waller ain't helping her own daughter, kind of effed
Yeah.
up. And
No
now
spotlight
Harcourt
of
is also screwed over.
no spotlight in the recap of Violet Davis. Do you think she's in between returning contract?
Yeah, she was too busy filming that G20 movie on Amazon Prime. No,
Um,
I what did you say in between contracts?
yeah. Do you think she's mulling over if she wants to come back, or
I think she is. I think James Gunn is still wanting to do that Amanda Waller show. I think that was in development. I think he recently talked about like still wanting that on the table. So I think she's still locked in. You know, she's a fantastic, the one and only Amanda Waller. So only a matter of time. She could come in this season for all we know.
interesting?
So
The recap itself, I kind of like got the feeling of like I don't really think it touched on the alien invasion stuff or anything. It was mostly just focusing on the characters where they were and where they are now, which makes
I mean,
sense. Like we're
towards the
following.
end, it said like we got to stop the. It didn't show any of the alien, but yeah, it did say
Yeah,
like the whole alien finale.
I think from what I heard in James's podcast that this is the DCU Studio Showcase, that this is after Creature Commandos because there's a specific reference to something in regards to Rick Flag in his scene that is like a focus. I think it is it's in tandem with the news report that the effects of like the public reception of metahumans is kind of spun off of events from Creature Commandos and Superman. Is what was
Yes.
said.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of Superman, we have it confirmed as the New York incident. No, I'm kidding. The Avengers incident.
the the Lex incident, I think.
Yeah, they call it the Luther incident. Yeah.
That's right. James also once again addressed why Frank Grillo's hair isn't white, and apparently he was like filming another show at the time where, by contract, he had to look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, it's anime, it's whatever. It's like, he's like, I'm still getting contact about that too. Just like, I thought this was all supposed to be connected. It's like, leave me alone.
Close enough. The character is the character minus the hair color.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that dies here in season 2 of Creature Commandos.
Maybe. But we do have Frank Grillo in this cast. He is playing the senior Rick Flag Sr. from Creature Commandos.
Yes.
Glad to have him in the show. He's always a great actor, great character. He is out for Peacemaker. Not out for blood just yet. You know, we will get that fight eventually, as we saw in the trailer. But right now, he is monitoring Peacemaker because Peacemaker used the pocket dimension device months ago, and he did it again this episode during the orgy porgy, as the book Brave New World would say.
This was brought up in the podcast too, but like before I watching the episode, I saw that scene come up, and I was just thinking, like, James, is this what we're like? You were like, oh, I need to get Superman out early so everyone can see that first before this, and it's like, is this what we're building to after Superman, James?
Yeah, like, hey, my nephews and grandkids who all loved Superman PG-13, let's go watch Peacemaker. Whoops.
And they literally said that in the pod too. It's like, not this bit, but the Lex stuff. It's funny. But yeah, the pocket universe type stuff is interesting. So I
loved this stuff in the episode.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like last season it was mostly just like this infinite space, but it was just like, yeah, this is like personal storage. But like now we are getting the sense of like this is like a communal, like, neighborhood type of storage area.
Yeah, it reminded me of like a fun, like a sitcom where the character walks out to their front yard. It says like hi to their neighbors. Yeah, hey neighbor. It kind of reminded me of that, where Peacemaker walks out into the pocket dimension, says hey neighbor to the alien creature who we see burns some kind of alien rat-looking organism.
Yeah. Jim
That
said
was
he has
very
that in his
interesting.
office.
The alien costume,
The rat.
the rat. Oh,
Yeah.
is it delicious? I wonder.
I,
But yeah, that was very
Rick
funny.
would think so.
We get a huge scope of the area when Eagly goes to like stretch its wings in the morning. So that was very fascinating. Again, he's living like this low income, low, achieving livelihood. He goes into this pocket dimension out of like boredom, necessity, and he's walking around looking for Eagly. Eagly sees a door. It reminds him of, his father's door, opens the door. It is his father's house from a different dimension.
Yeah. So
He
like,
said, "You look like you've seen a ghost."
yeah, he bumps into his father and then gets spooked and run away.
Yep.
Which that's an appropriate reaction.
Fair enough. Guy
Especially
you
for
just
someone
shot.
who's especially someone who's treated you horribly your whole life.
Yeah.
And then to see him again. But also I think he takes a deeper look when he returns, but there's stuff on the wall of like there's a superhero trio doing a lot of fun work. Now, from what I heard James say, like this trio is an original creation for this show, but they are fighting like real comic reference antagonists.
Yeah, this trio seemed to be in this alternate universe. Peacemaker, his father, and his brother. Correct?
Yeah. And yeah, they're going around. They're saving a few things. I think one
Are they
city
still
was.
racist in that universe?
I don't think so. I think they're good people.
Yeah.
Thank God. But yeah, I think one of the places they fought was a reference to one of the locations that Green Lantern, one of the earliest ones, used to live. Gotham is referenced as well.
Was that like Farragut City, something like that?
I think so. I think that was the first Green Lantern before.
Also, we got mentioned a Bloodhaven in live action. I was like, oh shit!
Hey,
oh shit! Bloodhaven.
Catwoman's there.
If people don't know, by the way, there's a rumor going around that Catwoman might not be in Batman Part 2. I hope that's not true.
Don't do that.
I'll be pissed. That came from Jeff Snyder, so you never. Yeah,
I'm not trusting anything you say.
Only 6 people have read the script, so we'll see.
And he's one of them.
I know.
Did you know Sing's playing Mary Jane Watson in it?
God damn.
I don't. Anyway.
But anyways, Bloodhaven, if people don't know, Nightwing is famous city. So like Nightwing, if he's down in Gotham, he's residing in Bloodhaven. So that's interesting because we know, again, in this universe, if James sticks to what he said 5 years ago, his Brave and the Bold is going to be with Batman or Bruce and Damian, not Dick, who could be Nightwing already as of Superman. Again, that could have changed, throughout production, throughout stuff.
Give me the Pattinson.
I agree. So yeah, but that was a fun reference. But yeah, this whole pocket dimension stuff was very fascinating, coming off of the heels of Superman. And seeing this kind of more refined version.
Absolutely. And it leads into my favorite aspect of the story with Chris and when he re-encounters his brother and his father again later on.
I loved it. Let's just jump to that. Let's talk about Chris's arc in its entirety here, because he goes to the orgy and it's crazy. But like after that sequence, he goes back into the pocket dimension, back into this universe where I think he's compelled by a feeling of aimlessness in his original universe, a feeling of loneliness, and he sees like his father, and he's spurred on by regret, right? Like killing his father, even though his father is an awful person, he still committed patricide, right? He still killed somebody.
Well, we saw that reflected even in the finale of Peacemaker. When he does that, he instantly breaks down because it's like, why did it have to come to this?
Why did it have to come to that? Exactly. Yeah.
But I think it's even bigger, and I'm so glad this was in the recap because I did forget a lot about the first season. It's been a minute. I watched it once, but him being the result of killing his brother, which is ultimately his father's fault for forcing them to fight like so bloody in the first place. But I understand why Chris has this eternal guilt over that action, because it was his punch that landed the killing blow. And now to physically see not only his brother alive, but like fully grown to an age he never got to be, and the fact that he still recognizes that that's his brother, even though this is a full-grown adult.
I like it a lot, and I like how this was an unknown actor too. I instantly
I don't
called that
think.
this was. Is he not unknown for me at least? I've never seen him.
Yeah,
I
he's
like-
I've seen him on The Office. Usually, he's in a couple other things. But,
Never watched that show.
well, there you go. James's ex-wife is on that show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Didn't ask.
Should I leave? What do you want?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I paused it. I was like, do I know him? And I was like, oh, maybe he's just an unknown.
I didn't recognize him at first. I thought I might have, but also like I've never seen this actor bald. And he is like very like bulked up to like not. I guess he's not necessarily like Cena's size, but he's like close. And I'm like, oh wow, I don't usually see him like that. So
yeah,
good stuff.
I instantly called that was his brother, and you're right. Like it's very shocking for one, instantly shocking, but also heartwarming how like loving and caring he is to Chris in the sequence. And they go again into the scene with their Chris, his brother, and his father, and it is like a loving, joking, bro fatherly time. And it's very shocking for Chris. He's quieter, for them. He's quieter than usual. He's like kind of taking it all in. I really loved this scene. And when the father goes to bed, he tugs on Chris's ear and says, "I love you." And kind of like, I think that causes Chris like break down crying, right? Or that beforehand?
He holds it in until his brother leaves, but like his brother's going to bed too, and he just like he has to say, he's like, "Hey, wait, like I love you," and he's like, "Oh, all right, yeah, I love you too."
Yeah.
But like sincerely, his brother says that back, and then he leaves the room, and that's when he starts to break down. It's all he's ever wanted.
It's so sincere, so natural that his brother said, "I love you." That it's so sincere and natural that it felt so shocking because he got none of that love and affection. I need love and affection. He got none of that love and affection with his real universe. But then Nathan, this is when I was like, this is peak James Gunn. Where he goes looking at the photos, all the punk rock.
That was like they're like slightly alternative, like they're real bands, they're like slightly spelled different.
I was wondering, I was like, I'm not a huge band person, but I was like, are those real or are they not real?
Yeah, like, I think like the biggest one was from Def Leppard, but it was like literally spelled DEAF. It's not usually spelled like actual Def. Instead of pour some sugar on me, the lyrics said pour some honey on me. I was like, that's funny.
Gotcha. So then the real Peacemaker from this alternate universe, the alternate universe of Peacemaker shows up with a gun to Chris's head in the middle of his bedroom. And I was like losing my mind. Chris hightails it out of there. The alternate universe Peacemaker fires like these tracking shurikens that like spiral up and down his back as he's putting in the
they're like carving repeatedly.
I was like, that was so uncomfortable. That was crazy. So he gets there, the other Peacemaker uses a jetpack and they're flying through the pocket dimension.
Which is apparently a callback to like, I think the first episode of season 1, they said, like Chris was like, I want a jetpack. Like that would be so useful. And then he's making good work. This Peacemaker is making good work of it until
he's not. He clashes with our Chris against the wall. Chris hits the back of the guy's rocket, and he goes up and dies. Nathan, when I tell you I screamed, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, I had no idea where this was going. I thought he would come in and just continue to be like, "I'm the fake Peacemaker," but like the other Peacemaker would still be around. Not that he, especially, it makes it more like not ironically, but just like kind of low-key sad. Like this Peacemaker lived in a very loving universe, and he just dies to our Peacemaker.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh my god, that's dark.
Yeah, so like a slight backtrack. Like when they mentioned like when he's like on the doorstep, and he runs into his dad and his brother, and they're both like, "I thought you were in Bloodhaven." I thought that was going to be an opportunity. Like, okay, well he's out of town. I'm going to like live the life I wanted until comes in maybe a couple episodes later. It's all episode 1.
Wild.
And then this fight, Chris didn't intend to do this, and he's even like he did it in self-defense. He didn't know like what was gonna transpire necessarily. He's just trying to. He was about to get stabbed. He was about to get killed as well. It was him or him. So
he put out like the other guy put out like a hidden blade from Assassin's Creed. It was like gonna stab his ass.
But yeah, this creates a huge issue. So first off, I know from the trailer that he's gonna pull a Miguel O'Hara where he's like, I'll live in this world where I died. Because that always goes well. But at this present moment, this is horrifying for this man. I feel so bad for what Chris is about to endure because he had such long guilt of that he killed his brother. His dad made him feel like shit for it his whole life. And then he had to kill him. That feels horrible. And then he had this great moment with them. But now, because you know how these stories go, the truth will eventually come out. And the thought that not only did he have a broken family from his original time, but now he's effectively broken this family.
That's dark.
Indirectly. It's very dark and it's very sad. And it's like, oh my God, he's really going to need a good support system to fall back on.
Which is unfortunate because the support system that he has is Adebayo, who's also not living the best life, kind of living kind of oh, I'm perfectly fine. Yeah, my girlfriend dumped me, but I don't need her anymore. It's just like you're lying to yourself. You live in a motel. You live in the worst level of Grand Theft Auto, which is probably the best joke of the night. That had me cracking up.
Just walked out of the hospital. Nothing.
Yeah, he does have the tech guy. What's his name? Economos. He does have. Chris has him on his side because he did not report to Rick Flag that what Chris was doing. He just lied and said, like, oh, he's having a weird sex thing at his house.
Yeah, which is true. Like, eternally, like, yeah, he does see Chris as a friend, but he can't, like, really engage with him like he used to because then he's probably going to end up in a worse spot.
Exactly. So everybody's kind of keeping their distance. And then Hardcore and Chris had, like, a romantic entanglement in season 1, or at least he was yearning for her. Apparently they kissed or something at a boat. Hardcore kind of laughs it off. Hardcore is not doing great. She said she got fired from the DIA, CIA, FBI, DEA, all this. Every letter of the alphabet is not hiring Hardcore. Why? Because she was part of Argus, part of Task Force X that went against Waller in the season 1 finale. So Waller she said Waller blacklisted her from every government agency.
Yeah. And this is all she knows how to do.
All she knows how to do. And apparently she was getting toxic masculinity, tisk, which was very funny as well.
That is a great, like, cut too.
It's like, how am I getting toxic masculinity? And then she goes to a bar and beats everybody up.
Yeah, which also great choreo. That's actually Jennifer Holland doing a lot of it in camera. I mean, there's a couple things where, like, she has a stunt woman who's also doing a great job. But also a lot of it is her. She trained really hard to fulfill this fighting and, like, make it look believable. And you feel every punch.
It looks super believable, and you could tell when she got out of the car to go to the bar. I'm like, dang, her arms! Like, she looks ripped this season. So that's just really, really exciting. I'm really excited to see what goes on with her character because we're gonna get 2 versions of her character this season.
This was a big thing that, like, I'll never see a behind the scenes clip for how they did this, but, like, after the fight, which she ends up losing, even though, like, in the end of it, she's, like, laying on the ground smiling because she practically got what she wanted. The fight,
cracked ribs.
Right, but, like, a dude's, like, hauling her out and just, like, throws her right on the pavement, like her fucking head falls back. I'm like,
that has to hurt.
Is it foam padding that's, like, super sprawled out? How did you do that? Like, you're gonna hit the fucking crack. Ow.
Yeah, that had to hurt. That made me feel, like, uncomfortable. But she was going off in that bar. She was going crazy. But then, yeah, she is definitely gonna be feeling that pain for a long time. But I'm excited to see what Hardcore does in this alternate reality too, because the trailer is alluding to she was going out. She was married to Chris in the other universe.
In fact, this was a thing teed up by Chris's brother, where he said, like, I really think you should give Dad another shot. I feel like you let this go too early. So that is probably gonna be another messy thing that Chris probably tries to explore. It's like, well, if it's not working out here, maybe I can have it work out here.
Yes,
And I'm really
which is
intrigued to
not going
see.
to go well.
Yeah, I really wonder like what's gonna happen here. I also I forgot about this until just now, but James said like in lead up to this that like there's gonna be a lot of guest appearances of people in this throughout the season. So I'll be intrigued to see who
Yeah,
pops up.
Robert Downey Jr., Harley Quinn,
Yes,
all the above. Michael B. Jordan.
RDJ is Batman.
Yes. Easy casting. There's only
Could he
one
do it?
person that could play Batman.
There's only one person that can play billionaires in movies.
Yeah, RDJ, a real billionaire. Um,
At this point.
but yeah, this episode overall was very fun. I'm glad to
Mm,
see Eagly back. The opening sequence was great. I like it a lot.
very
The
fun.
first one is iconic, but the second one was just so chaotic. I like the end where they all like kind of stack on top of each other, and Frank Grillo is sitting there like, ah.
Yeah,
It was very fun.
they all look genuinely exhausted, which like
They did.
they filmed that they said that too. Like they filmed so long. It may have been like 4 days like working on that. And I also forgot because it's been a hot minute since I saw the season 1 intro, but like they're very like stilted movements with their blank expressions are so funny every time.
It makes it all the more funnier for sure. So yeah, yeah. Anything else from this premiere? It was such a fun premiere. I like the new changes to the DCU. All the Easter eggs that we can see now and appreciate. The character journey is going to be very fun. Like this episode really is like the epitome of why we love Peacemaker. It was very funny, raunchy, crazy, chaotic, but also some genuine heartfelt moments with his family that he can never have again. But he's going to try his best to copy himself and be in that now. So it's going to get messier and crazier. Rick Flag versus Peacemaker in the present day. Apparently, he's going to ask Harcourt in our Harcourt to look after, to spy on our Peacemaker, which is going to be bad.
Evan, if you were in Chris's situation and you went to pose as your alternate self, what do you think is like your step one of like fulfilling that, like where you pass it off? Because I have an idea.
I have no idea what I would do. Like what would I do to like make myself believable?
I'm going to fake a head traumatic injury and say I have amnesia.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but yeah, that makes the most sense. Like, yeah, I fell down my way to work, and then I'm just like,
instead of trying to like fumble your way of like, yeah, I know what's what. It's like, no, I forgot. Can you help me?
Yeah, like, I legit have amnesia. Can you help me out here? It's good.
And you would sell it because you really don't know.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
That'd be great. That'd be
amazing. The baddies.
Are we geniuses? Apparently, John Cena really didn't know how to use a bong.
This is true. James was talking about. He was like, of all the people I've worked with, like, Cena was like the one person of like, genuinely didn't know what the fuck, how to do this. Like, you didn't know how to do like the thing or anything. Or I don't know. I wouldn't know either.
Like it was funny. It happened a lot at college parties where people just pass that around and be like, "I'm good, fam." So yeah, I still don't know how to do that. 29 years old. So yeah, John Cena, you're in good company with this podcast. Actually, hop on the podcast. We can talk about us not being able to do that. John Cena, please join us.
Come on for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 seconds.
Yeah. Maybe he's already on and we can't see him.
Well, now he's never coming on because you said I don't know how he feels. He probably doesn't mind that. He seems just so nice.
He's a very nice dude. Yeah, he seemed very, even in like the post recaps, he was very like professional. I was like, this is John Cena. Oh wow.
Yeah. It really does sell. Like sometimes he's like a villain in his wrestling era, for storylines, and I'm just like, damn, you are so like convincingly playing this because you're so nice in real life. It's crazy.
Agreed.
But yeah, I enjoyed this premiere episode, and I do look forward to what we get moving forward. I would like to see a bit more Vigilante soon because he only had that one scene here.
He's the best, dude. I like him a lot. How many episodes? Because season 2.
I think
episodes.
8. Right? The usual.
Is it 8? Episode count.
We're gonna go into Halloween with this.
Yeah, it is 8 episodes. God damn it. But I do like we're getting each episode week to week.
Yeah.
No like 2-episode finale or anything, just week to week to week. So
Or
7 more podcasts talking about
yeah,
Peacemaker season 2.
or even like multiple episode premiere. Honestly, there's been times where I've seen like the multi-episode drops, and I'm like, I can kind of see why we've done that, because I feel like you get the one episode, and it's like I feel like I need a bit more to flow on like the feeling, which I think Alien Earth may have been a bit like that. Like great, like dip back into the world, but to like really like get in with the new characters, I think you do need a bit more time. But we're already like established on a season 2 here, and depends on the function of the episode. But great
Agreed.
stuff.
We're all set to go here. Yeah, Peacemaker season 2, all speed ahead for Peacemaker season 2.
All Peacemaker, no 30 Seconds to Mars. There it goes.
That was so funny. But yeah, I'm a huge 30 Seconds to Mars fan. I think my favorite, the kill is probably the best one. But let me look at my soundtrack or my playlist. R Evolve is a banger. Was It a Dream? Was It a Dream goes so hard. Night of the Hunter. Hey. That's great. From Yesterday.
Bangers. So this is the band, by the way, the new band behind the intro is named Foxy Shazam, and they had a great sound, and it wasn't just the intro that they do. That James worked with them to write for the intro, but they have another song like when Chris re-enters the alternate dimension, a song called Dreamer, which was my standout needle drop in this episode. Basically saying like if this is a dream, I don't want to wake up was the main chorus. Really good sound.
Yeah, that was a great track. Yeah, that was great. James Gunn knows how to do good needle drops.
Yeah. But speaking of finale needle drops, every episode of Alien Earth has been doing that.
Have they?
They have, and it's been great. Well, this episode that we're going to be talking about had a Metallica needle drop, and it was really good. I've been listening to it on repeat.
I don't listen to that much Metallica. Should I dabble, Nathan?
I think so. I don't really listen to a lot of Metallica either, other than like probably the biggest one.
So you're
I'm a fraud.
Fake fan.
Yeah, I'm ahead of you. You can't stop me.
give me some, what you got? What you got for me?
Well, the needle drop on this one is a song called "Wherever I May Roam," which is really good. But we have the Master of Puppets, which was famous from Stranger Things. Enter Sandman is probably their all-time biggest. There's other ones that I really need to.
Okay, I might dabble with some Metallica, but yeah, I saw some people not liking this episode of Alien Earth, Nathan, and I couldn't disagree more. I like this. I like it a lot. This was a slower paced episode of Alien Earth, episode 3 here. Episode 1 and 2 were very fast paced action horror. Oh, not gonna lie, I thought the whole order party was all in his head. Nope, that actually. Oh no, yeah. That was what they were going. People were banging like crazy in the kitchen. You nasties.
Evan, I saw everything.
Everything
of all genders, which isn't the usual to spotlight. Outside of like your random HBO. This is HBO, isn't it? But yeah, I was like, oh, okay, everything.
Yeah.
Back to Alien Earth.
Yeah, it was a lot. Like it went on far longer than I thought it would take. I thought it would just be like a quick camera pan. You see all that nudity and craziness, but it went on far longer. And I wonder how many times Peacemaker does this at his house.
I heard they had genuinely. I heard they had great intimacy coordinators on it to make everybody very comfortable, which is the best.
Good to hear. Good to hear. So where are you listening to the podcast from? Because I watched the end of the episode for Peacemaker, but is there a separate YouTube thing?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I think like they do put all the DC Studio Showcase podcast stuff on HBO Max as well. If you wanted to look over, and they just click on the videos.
Okay.
I think those are there. However, I do watch them through YouTube.
Okay. Gotcha. I wonder if there are some for Alien Earth. I would love to listen to Noah Hawley talk Alien Earth.
That would be so cool. I don't know because I feel like it's just been like the HBO shows that have been doing it because Last of Us had it,
Mhm.
and a lot of the DC stuff has been as well. So I don't know. I
Okay.
would love to hear it though.
But yeah, we're back with Alien Earth episode 3 here to end the podcast. And this was a slower paced but deeply fascinating episode. As just a broad review here, my guy Morrow continues to be the most compelling character on the board for me. Um, I like his
One is a machine, not a machine.
so good.
So
So
good.
good.
I'm like, I'm getting into
Um,
Blade Runner philosophy right now. This is great.
right? I love his complexity. This is again what makes it so good. What this show is giving us is we have hybrids, we have synthetics, and then we have somebody like Morrow, who is a
Cyborgs.
human, who is a human, who is a cyborg, but like with enhancements, and he's been away for so long, and he's kind of like coming back and like he's sticking to the mission
This was a great
in a way
scene.
that's kind of unpredictable.
He has like he is the standout of this episode. He has multiple great scenes, whether it's his engagement with the younger kids, uh
Yeah.
the call to the new Utani in our present time right now, which is interesting because it's the Utani that's functioning around Ripley's era in the first movie. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, and what was so interesting is that like he was like, I was talking to your grandmother. Who is this? Who new phone? Who this?
Yeah.
Um,
65 years later in the cryospace in the mission.
yeah, that's crazy. So he's like, oh wow, okay, cool. And she wanted him to return back to her, right? But he's like, I'm doing my own thing, but also
Yeah.
still working for her.
I
Um,
I felt so eerie about that because my instant brain is like they're gonna kill him.
yeah, right. She could just
uh,
be like, yeah, I'm gonna send people to go kill you, dude.
yeah.
Um,
But honestly,
but
maybe not now because he really is so devoted and like he has good like mental reason because he's like I literally don't have like anything of my life left anymore. Everybody that I know is dead now. So this is
yeah,
literally my life's work and is all I have. I'm going to fulfill this. Like that is great motivation.
great motivation, and yeah, his complexity in terms of like who he is as a character, his allegiances. But what I liked here in episode 3 was we see the aftermath of last week's episode. Going away from Marlo real quick,
Mm,
we see Wendy on the hunt looking for Joe, her brother.
yeah.
And Nathan, my one criticism of this week's episode is
Okay.
that we didn't
I,
get to see the fight between Wendy and the alien. I wanted to
oh,
see
that's
what
like
happened
the
behind
structure
closed doors.
blows. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I was waiting. I was like, how is this fucking letter cutter gonna come into play? Uh,
right.
which is funny because like we've seen probably every which way the xenomorph's been cut up. Like if you go watch AVP, you've seen how the blade cuts through the skull.
For sure. Yeah.
But it was
But
very
I kind of wanted to see that sequence, but it was still like
okay.
super intense. And yeah, like I think did you mention it last week or maybe Jalen? But like, this Joe character has like plot armor out the ass. Like
Okay,
holy shit.
I do want to talk about that because there were some elements in this that made me think something might have happened already to him.
Oh
Um,
wait, what?
which
Please
it
do enlighten me.
online because it hasn't. But so when Wendy finds Joe, he's cocooned. He's starting to be cocooned against the wall, right? He's trapped. He's in the goo.
The
Uh,
crater or the crate.
yeah, in the shipping crate, which is a dead end, which is like God. This is the last spot you want to be with a xenomorph lurking, and it is It's right there, and it peeks in. It's waiting, it's stalking, and I'm like,
It's waiting and stalking and trapping. I'm like, what kind of xenomorph is this? Like, this was such a patient xenomorph. What the fuck?
and this is the interesting bit that got me is like he peers in, he looks at them, and then leaves to crawl up top, which like there's no entry point, there's no strike point there because the Wendy gets the jump and stabs it, which is like that was cool, but my my assumption, him being there and already being like it's a trap, whether like he knew it or not, I thought he may have already been implanted by a face hugger at that scene, and that's
Oh,
why the xenomorph left him alone. It's like okay, well I gotta let this gestate. And I thought that was gonna be reconfirmed because after Wendy falls to the floor from the strike from the xenomorph, Joe vomits blood, and I thought in that moment he was about to chest burst or was like on his way to, and I was like,
Oh
oh
my
no.
god.
But no,
Yeah.
he got stabbed in the previous scene coming out of and that's why. But actually, what my brain was thought was gonna happen is like he's like in the process of starting, but the med team are gonna find them and like maybe stall it for a second until it breaks out back at base. Is what I thought was gonna happen. Didn't happen, but they are doing something which is on the cliffhanger end.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because I'm like,
Yeah.
poor Joe, what the fuck are you doing to my guy? That was crazy. Did
Yeah.
not see that coming at all. But yeah, like so she frees him. The alien is like scoping them out, like very like creepy. Yeah, and they fight behind the garage-esque area. Door opens, Xenomorph is beheaded, dead already.
Yeah.
And we kind of predicted this. I think in our last episode, we were like, there are like 6 eggs here.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if the xenomorph dies in this third episode, there's lots and other aliens. There's a xenomorph, multiple xenomorphs to come, maybe, and we have multiple alien life forms to come as well within Prodigy. So that was crazy. The whole fight was just insane.
Yeah, I really loved the showcase of Wendy's strength in this. Like, first off, she hooks the inner mouth of the xenomorph and is like tugging it along, which like I understand why it's like so hesitant. And it's not like launching at her because it's like God, if you're being pulled by the tongue, it's like what the fuck.
Yeah, it's like it's like a hook on your tongue, and you're just like you can't really move. You don't want your tongue detached.
Yeah, and like again, like great showcase of strength. She just does like a spin and it flips on its back. And like this is great.
That was nuts. Yeah. But yeah, like again, Joe's on the floor, like, and the alien just like slowly hovering over him, drooling on him. I'm like, Joe, you lucky SOB. Like that was crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then so how did Wendy like get close to dying again? I couldn't tell what was her injury. At the beginning of this episode,
I didn't fully see the injury, but like she starts to leak from the temple.
So was it like blunt force trauma kind of thing, where it's just like hit so hard?
Probably like enough to like it was definitely like a negative effect to the hardware, which is why like later at the Prodigy they shut her down and can't bring her online until they finish like running the repair diagnostics on her hard drive, which is mirrored through the technology where like she's like laying on like the color sensor pillow that like dings when it's fully restored. I really like the touch of the med tables, the technology and the biomolecular level of it combined into one science.
Yeah, we have the technology.
We do. If you're rich enough.
But going back to Morrow before the rescue team gets there, Morrow interacts with the Indian hybrid. I forget his name right now. Because that was another beginning of a very interesting dynamic here, where
so, also like him and his friend meet up first, and they're clearly being children. But I was so tense because they're like, "Hey, watch this," and then they start kicking over the egg.
I was like,
ah!
But scary.
But I do like the added factor, which is this is common, that the egg will start to open when it senses a bio presence. But if you're just synthetic, it's not going to waste its energy.
So it wasn't activating at all next to like the two kids and Morrow, right? But once
not until Morrow steps near, like when Timothy Oliphant comes in, Morrow starts to back up and it starts to open.
By the way, continuing to love Curse, Timothy Oliphant's character is just so like I don't know how to describe it. Like he's so done with this BS, but he just goes along with it. He's always like thinks he's the smartest person in the room. He has like this aura of just like intimidation.
His whole attitude is so vague enough that I like he could either stay like an ally or be like a David, and I could believe both outcomes depending on where they go.
Definitely, it's kind of like this weird, like enigmatic, like role that he's doing here. He follows what Boy Cavalier is telling him to do, but he also has his own like unique orders as well in terms of like, hey, Wendy, go alone to go look for these eggs. And Boy Cavalier is like, you sent her alone? Like, what the hell are you doing? It's like Boy Cavalier gives him orders, and he interprets those orders in his own way. Such a fascinating character as Curse. But yeah, the standoff between Curse and Mara was just so great. It was amazing. It was great.
I think it's clear that Kirsch is also like smarter than Boy. But like,
oh, you think so? Boy's kind of smart, isn't he?
He is, but I think he's like blinded by his hubris, right? As all these guys are. But I think like, but I think like the difference being like a Boy's whole goal, right, is to like make a being that's matches his level of intelligence to have a conversation. Like that was his whole goal. And I think he's genuinely looking for that development from a human mind, not from just like, oh, if you just upload like all of the world's information to synthetic, it's like, great, I'm just reading the internet, right? But if it's an actual like start off of an actual human mind that can develop itself to my level, that's intriguing.
Speaking of that kind of breeds why he's so excited for like this feeling of new experiences for Wendy. It's why Wendy's so important, because she is so open to like being more out there, having new experiences that can grow that human brain.
She's the first.
Above her. Yeah, she's the first, above her potential. But yeah, the Indian would have called Slightly, played by Adarsh Gurov. But yeah, Slightly and Morrow had such a funny interaction, because Slightly and Smee were playing around, and then Morrow was like, whispering in his ear, and that's when he puts a tracking device and kind of like a communicator on his neck.
Yeah,
which was so weird, crazy.
Which leads to like a whole scene later, which is like, it's gotta be so horrifying from the mind of a child.
Yeah,
like, have that haunting presence in your brain.
Yeah, he hears like his voice, and basically the gist of it is Morrow trying to understand Slightly more, as well as trying to glean their location. Right, he's trying to see like where they at.
Yeah, he wants to track him down, infiltrate, and get everything back. Which I'm like, dude, you're one man. How are you gonna extract all this? I guess if he like loads up cargo or something.
Yeah, but yeah, it's so interesting here because he allows Curse to win the battle, not the war. He allows Curse to like, okay, I'm gonna dip out, peace out. Y'all will never find me. But he allows him to take the xenomorph eggs and the other alien life forms. He allows him to leave because he knows Slightly is going to lead him right to the Prodigy base or wherever they're at. So that was very, very cool. Again, like you said, the whole Slightly conversation was just so nerve-wracking because where is his voice coming from? What's going on? What does he want? I can't wait to see that future interaction.
Yeah, and it's a scared child begging to just be left alone. He's scared. His parents aren't here. He has nobody.
But yeah, and then Nathan, one of my favorite parts of this episode, which I really, really, really liked, is what's her name? Is it Curly? Curly beef with Wendy.
Yeah.
That was amazing and interesting dynamic that I did not expect. I love when we get some interpersonal dramatic tension here, where even throughout episodes 1 and 2, Curly was giving Wendy like these weird looks. But now we see it come to a head here a little bit in this first, or at least like it's brought up more in this third episode, where Curly's asking like, why is Wendy more important? Why is it that you guys prioritize Wendy more and not us?
This is the red-haired girl?
Not the redhead one. This is the other one that was talking to Boy Cavalier.
Okay.
The redhead one is called Nibs.
Right.
But Curly is the one that was talking to Boy Cavalier.
Totally.
What'd you say about Nibs?
Nibs had like an interesting discussion as well in the medical bay, which when she was talking about like why are we named after this? Why couldn't we pick our names? Why does she get to be Wendy? Why can't I have my own identity? Why do we have to hide? Why can't we contact our parents? This is messed up. Yeah,
she was speaking to Dame Silva there. I think Dame Silva is the head lead doctor for these characters or for the hybrids. And yeah, they basically told her, like we said earlier in the podcast, Wendy's number one. She gets special privileges. Sorry. But yeah, it did enlighten us more onto like these naming mechanism. And I like the Lost Boys. Like they're called Lost Boys because they never age. Just like us. But just because they never age doesn't mean like similar to the Lost Boys, what we learned, one of the main lessons from Peter Pan is that, they never age, but they still, they still go through a lot of development. They still have like strong emotional connections. They all go through like this adolescent moments without actually growing up in terms of like unity, friendship, competition,
Mm,
connection. That's all parts of people growing up, except they're not aging. Um,
yeah.
Something Peter Pan has to learn. But yeah, so I like it a lot. But then Curly especially has like that one-on-one conversation with Boy Cavalier, asking him about like why does he favor Wendy so much? And Boy Cavalier is not like, who the heck do you think you're talking to? He doesn't say that. Like he is spurring on this competition, being like, okay, interesting. Let's touch base again, basically.
Yeah, I'm
When
gonna
you,
give you these things. Uh,
yeah, I forget what he asks of her. Um,
well, he's
but
gonna
but
he's gonna give her some books and some recordings to listen to,
got it. Yes,
look
yes.
over the stuff, and then once you're caught up on that, we can reconvene and play.
Which is so interesting. That's why I like Boy Cavalier. He's such a narcissistic but very fascinating character.
Yeah,
You said it last week. Like he doesn't give a crap about like life and death,
yeah,
but he is so like propelled by this need to experiment with these hybrid characters that he kind of created. So he's
yeah.
going to give her more books, more essences, more essence of knowledge. And what will she do with that knowledge? What will this like one-sided beef with Wendy?
I
What would that create?
I really hope we get that conversation. It'll be so compelling. And I also love the moment where she asks, like, "Am I your favorite now?" And he's like, "No, but you're in the race."
But you're in the race. I was like, okay,
Ah!
this is so juicy to me. This is so juicy to me.
It's so funny
Um,
because like I know Wendy is a character who's like doesn't care. She just wants to be with Joe.
He's supposed to be a Joe. I'm trying to find somebody's response to when I mentioned the interesting nature between the alien Earth stuff. But like, I can see her possibly working with like Morrow, right? Like if something happened with Morrow, I could see her like not getting on board, but just like maybe like betraying Wendy um, in some way. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, it was just so it was super fascinating. Um, I don't know what's going to happen with Curly, but she is definitely one to watch out for uh, in the weeks to come. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, the rest of the episode, you know, the kids are still reeling. This episode was just a lot of like emotional reeling from the chaos of the first two episodes. But the big turnaround is at the end of this episode. Wendy's waking up a little bit, but her can you help me break this down? Like her hearing is very much connected to like the pain of the xenomorph or something.
Yeah. I don't know why. This seems to be very new. I don't know why she has like a almost psychic link with the anatomy of a xenomorph because it's primarily spurring out of the dissection of the face hugger that they have extracted from an egg. Uh, and yeah, there was like this was kind of alluded to in I think episode 2 when they first like touch ground at the crash site. She has like an intense sense of hearing, and I thought that was just like Boy listening in from his perspective, looking through her eyes. But
Oh,
maybe it is like she's has some sort of sense with the creatures. I don't know why. I don't know like what development could be in the process of having brought these things to life. This seems to be like the first interaction that Boyd and Prodigy have made contact with the xenomorph in any
yeah,
sort
it
of
is.
way. Which I
And,
love that shot when they're bringing in all the specimens in on the slabs,
yeah,
and then as soon as the xenomorph corpse comes in, that piques his intrigue the most, which all these fuckers do.
yeah, this guy is a trillionaire. And even they mentioned, I think Dame Silva was like, uh, why are we focusing on these random new Utani aliens when we have the hybrids that are soon to be announced? We haven't like basically this hasn't been brought out to the market yet. We got to
Yeah.
experiment. We got to do more research on the hybrids. Why are you so now like, oh, shiny toy with
Well, it's
these new alien creatures? And he kind of says like, this is very exciting. Like, come on, we got to focus on these now. It's like he is
yeah,
so much invested.
it's full gluttony. He literally says like $1 trillion fell into our lap with this because usually like when you're getting new specimens for science, like this could, depending on like how the experimentation goes, this could be medicine. This could be the biggest breakthrough that we can financially exploit, as often happens. Not like Jurassic World Rebirth, but
Yeah, he quickly clocks how powerful the alien is. He's like, that blood is acid. Like, he's like, what the heck? It's like, this is pretty
yeah.
crazy.
I love that scene with him and Kirsch where like he's getting closer to the egg and it's about to
Yeah.
open. Kirsch clocks and he's like, get out.
Yeah, Kirsch puts to me like, what the fuck, dude? It was giving like older brother, younger brother energy. It's like,
Yeah.
you don't understand.
It's like, you don't want this. Or
And
no, I know you
like,
do.
Yeah. And Book Cavalier's like, oh, okay, cool. Just make sure only synthetics pass this.
Yeah, that was another thing too, is like I give you full clearance to like run this level. Nobody in or out. You're in charge. I was like, okay. I feel like there's gonna be a fuck up with that and a comeuppance where he's gonna be in a point where like, hey, let me out, and Kirsch will be like, I can't.
Yep, you gave me
like
control. Yeah. Which then begs into leads us into the end of the episode here, where they are experimenting on Joe. So
from what I was looking at, like the X-rays during the surgery, this looks like they're repairing a punctured lung.
Yes.
It looks like a lung.
Was a lung.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Granted, I've never seen like a lung out of a body.
Yeah, this wasn't injured. Was this his injured lung that got stabbed?
I think so. I think that's what's happening. He's put under while it like kind of like back to tank heals repairs, because interesting bit as well is like from the facehugger they effectively extract a xenomorph tadpole.
Yeah, is this new to us? Do we already know this?
I mean, we knew that like a seed is planted through the esophagus tube, but I think this is the first time we're physically seeing this piece of the life cycle, like what it actually looks like.
Yeah, terrifying.
So it's very terrifying. The fact that it is just this fucking swimming tadpole that is aquatic, I guess, and can swim through water, and they just drop it right into this this vat that swims into the puncture wound to gestate, I guess.
What the absolute fuck, Nathan, is going to happen?
So,
because at first I thought, sorry to interrupt, but at first I thought like, okay, they took out his lung, they're gonna put it, like you said, in Bacta basically, and repair him and heal him. Yay! No,
well, I thought even before that, I thought what was gonna happen is like his damages are too severe. We must transfer him to a body.
Yeah, I told Jay, I was like, Nathan might be right. Like, you might actually make him into a hybrid, but
yeah, which could come of two things. Either one, if they do that, that could come of two things. One, they do that, and damn it, we have to lose the actor and get a new one because it's a new body.
Yeah.
Or because he is already an adult, maybe they can just like make a copy scan of his body and it just is Joe again, but he is a synthetic. We'll see what there. However, back to what's actually happening here with the infection of the xenomorph embryo implanting into the lung. This also brings into two possibilities of an outcome. Either A, they let this happen and they're going to put that back into Joe, which is fucked, or B, which I think could also happen and might be the play if we're still kind of like vaguely keeping on like the side that we're not completely going against all morals, is they may just like let it gestate to its fullness in the tank, then extract it, and they're just using like this opportune lung to do that, and then once they extract that baby xenomorph, then they'll give Joe's lung back or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like Joe has to come back somehow. I was thinking more so along your second point there, where they just let it gestate and become to its true potential or whatever it might be.
Yeah, I think the audience is to be led into the first point, but we'll get the second point.
The second point, because like they have to bring his lung back. He has to come back, or they give him a whole new lung. I don't know how surgery
cyborg
works.
He could be cyborg.
Yeah, he could become a cyborg too. But yeah, that was just super exciting and fascinating. And as this is happening, Wendy collapses. And we see next week again, automatically, they're like discovering what is wrong with Wendy. What's the issue here? But yeah, this was a phenomenal episode. Again, a slower pace, but set up a lot of fascinating siege with Morrow and Slightly, Curly and Prodigy. Still the ever-going drama between Morrow and Yutani. And then what's happening with Wendy, Joe, Kirsch, and this whole experiment downstairs. It's all super super exciting.
I also found it interesting, like the bit where Morrow is transferring the data from his mind into the mother system, and
Yeah.
as soon as that's fully uploaded, it's erased from his memory, like in his own body.
Oh, I thought it was right from the ship's memory.
No, because he's uploading it to the ship.
I thought it was uploading. I thought he was uploading from the ship to his brain because the ship's about to be taken by Prodigy.
Well, I guess my brain's thinking like if it's uploaded to Mother, it's probably going to be like in its own secure system that isn't crackable by Prodigy. Like it could be like a Bluetooth situation.
Yeah, I see that. But yeah, this was very, very interesting. Very curious to see how like episode 3 of 8. We're gonna be episode 4 next week. How much longer does it take for him to actually invade the island, and where do we go from here?
How long will it be before the eventual breakout happens, and not just the xenomorph, but like these other things? We still don't know what the plant thing fully does.
We still don't know. I'm very nervous, yet eager to find out.
Yeah. Those tick things are just swimming in a vat of blood and developing new sacs for more. Like, it's awful.
Disgusting.
I think I did see like there might be like a look tube next episode thing out somewhere, but I just saw like a thumbnail of the octopus thing infecting someone, and I'm like, oh, this looks horrifying.
Oh yeah, I remember watching the look because it showed them talking to Wendy, like seeing if she's okay. But I don't remember the octopus thing. That was
yeah, just like seeing like how it's taking over a human host. I'm like, oh,
oof, very, very cool. But yeah, I gotta head out. This was a great stream, fantastic stream, late night Friday night. That's how we do it, baby.
Yeah.
You guys can find me on Twitter, Harris EV9. It's about past midnight. I am tired, so my eyes are killing me right now. But I'm gonna go watch one anime episode, Call of the Night, my vampire anime of the season. And then I'm gonna chill. I was gonna see Neja 2 tomorrow, but I haven't seen Neja 1 yet. The highest grossing China animated movie.
Oh, good, Evan. You can go see K-pop Demon Hunters.
I'm good.
Support it, Evan. Maybe we get in theaters next time.
If Netflix is smart, yeah. So yeah, I'm doing that this weekend, and yeah, I'm slowly but surely packing up to get out of this apartment. Nathan, how about you?
I'm not going anywhere. You can find me at _TimeBlazer, making a show called Time Blazer with co-star and creative consultant Evan Harris.
Playing Ben, who can defeat any xenomorph.
I'll give you the edge on that. I think so.
Cool, thank you.
I think you would like be able to like have them keep their distance from the electrical charges.
I love that.
And even if not, you can escape into outlets. Pure energy. The grid is yours. Otherwise, you can follow me at _Nathan Rojas, where I'm the usual person here. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, make sure you like the button, subscribe not already, ring the bell so you can miss coverage on all things movie and TV. Rumors galore. And that being said, hope you have a great day. Catch you guys next time.